Good afternoon. This is the Elliott Wave daily update for the NASDAQ 100 being recorded on Tuesday, September the 30th at 2:55 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Um, Crazy day, crazy day. More so in the ES than here in the NASDAQ. Although we did get that little bit of a pump at the end of the day, right before the bell. And I'm pretty sure that had to do with the end of the quarter and some options that were either going to expire in the money or puts that were going to expire out of the money. And whoever was in charge of that made sure that that was going to happen, which is why we saw this huge surge coming up at the end of the day in both the NASDAQ and in the S&P. So what does that do? It kind of changes things a little bit, not much. I was looking for the market to actually turn and head lower after finishing what I thought could have been wave two, but it extended, which is fine. I'm going to bring it down to that 15-minute chart. As I thought actually might have done there. It was coming down, did great, then it stopped and it went, no, we're going all the way back up. And then it decided to come back down again. So right now, I'm taking a look. It's going to open in about 3 minutes. And it looks like they're going to try to open it about 3 points higher, but you know how that goes. They just get it, and then the next guy comes in and bids $5 above that. So I am now marking this as such. And let me just, I forgot to put this guy in. Let's put it in for wave three. And so I'm just going to line it up into the right color. And we'll do that. And do, come on. Wow. This is, yeah, thank you. That worked. Sometimes that little gray box gets in the way. All right, so I'm going to bring this down because we really aren't interested until 1.618. And that's how we're going to mark it. So this is just for wave three, and we're looking for wave three to take out that low of wave one, which is at 24,722. So I've been looking for it to come down below that. 100% where wave three is going to be equal to wave one. And you know, I'm always looking for a little bit more because I never want the pressure on wave three to be the shortest wave because that it cannot be. So I prefer that's going to get here plus a little more to make wave three the longest wave as we go in further with this C wave down. Next one down the line, though, is 24,495, and that's just as high of a candidate as the 100%. Most common, next most common. So we'll get wave three done, get a four, and then we'll get a five, and that should put us down into, hopefully, down below that level. And now I'm going to go back out to that hourly chart because then we're going to see. We still have for the entire C wave, we have markers down at 23,983, which is probably just barely getting into the price territory of the previous fourth. But down here, it definitely is within the price territory of the previous fourth wave, which is right there. And so I would like to see it come down to 23,375, but there's no guarantees, of course. But we'll just kind of keep tracking it down and see where it all falls. Um, and again, in this third wave coming down, I am actually going to be looking for a lot. And so they're continuing to take this lower. And I think it closed down 20 something. And they're continuing, or maybe it was even more. Let me just take a peek. What are you guys doing? Yeah, a little higher, a little lower, because that was the close. And so we'll see. We're going to see. We're going to see how this all pans out. You knew they were going to come back, right? That's always the thing. They go in there, they do it, and then they just turn around and buy it. Yep. Instead of just bidding for it and keeping it there, they just mark it up now. It's like, all right. So again, I think it's like we're getting the two, and this could be a one, this could be a little two, could be a lot of different things. If we're not done, what our next level up would be, And I can put that in as well. And let's kind of see. I'm going to tag that right there. Is right there. 24,920 would be our next level to the upside. That would complete that. Above that, um, yes, it's going to push this back and take this one away because you see I am keeping it as an ABC for right now, which could just put this thing in a different light. This could be ABC here, and this could be ABC of the second, and this could be an X, and we have an A, B, and we're in the C wave going back up, and it could continue to move and create an irregular, believe it or not. So I got to leave a lot of things open here. And let's just go ahead and put that up so that we can see it and we can reference it overnight if you need to check. And so right now we've got a 786, and then there's the one, and then there's the 1.236. And that's the ones I'm going to leave up there for right now. And 1.236, 25,036, which is a new all-time high, but not by all that much. And it would be an irregular B wave. So here we have ABC-A, ABC-B, and we're doing the C wave up, which should complete that B wave. And so we would have to take those down, obviously, if we come up back above there and we start heading higher, then this will change. I'm leaving it as an ABC because it kind of counts best like that. And really what it does, it kind of tells me that possibly the C wave is going to be diagonal. That was the other thing. All these little surprises that we get during corrective moves. So gotta let this all play out a little bit. Um, Realistically, I think it's like they could push. They could push and just kind of keep going, or they could be done and we start to sink back below. We did come off pretty fairly, right after smacking it up at that high. It came down pretty hard, but look at what they're doing already. I got to see where this thing closes. The regular close was up here at 24,858. So they've decided they've got to move it above that. Okay, so we're going to keep an eye on that. I'm looking for additional downside. If it starts to go up and it gets above 24,920, it could hit that for resistance and stop, and then we can keep the 1-2 in place. If not, if it breaks above it, starts heading up for the 100, which is 24,975. In fact, it might even be higher. No, 975. It starts to go above there. Then we got a fair chance it's going to get up to 1.236, which is 25,036, and still be irregular, and still get a flying C wave down. Interesting. So I hate to be kind of not as definitive here, but that's exactly what the market is kind of doing. And so we got to wait for them to get everything done that they need to get done and see where it goes from there. Tomorrow we do have a few numbers, and we have initial jobless claims. And no, excuse me, Wednesday, October the 1st, ADP employment, S&P final U.S. manufacturing PMI, construction spending, ISM manufacturing, and auto sales throughout the day. Construction spending and ISM at 10 a.m., 9:45 S&P final manufacturing PMI, 8:15 a.m. ADP employment. And our next update will be tomorrow morning.